parents in as they join. It's roughly about 5:35 according to my monitor here. Again, thank you for joining our November PPN meeting. As usual, our three principals are on the line, ready to answer any questions or issues or concerns you may have. They will start the meeting off, and then after that, we'll have a presentation by two members of our dynamic curriculum instruction team. We call it the CNI team. Mr. Okamoto, who's our science K through 12 science coordinator, and then also Mr. Toma, who is our K through 12 social studies coordinator. They are on the call. We'll be addressing different topics and issues for their whole department, which is ELA, math, science, and social studies. So you'll hear from them very shortly after the principals. Mr. Anderson, if you'd be so kind, elementary principal, you can get us started off.
I sure will. Good evening, parents. Thank you for attending this month's PPN meeting. I'm going to start off with thank yous. First, since the last time we met, we had a fabulous trunk or treat event. Those of the parents that attended that event, we had a partnership or support from a partnership that we have with Matrix Human Services, who was able to provide us a video game truck, and they had a pumpkin patch. And so it was a great event, a great parent engagement event. And I thank you all for coming out to that. And also, if there's any K-3 parents that have students who are part of our inaugural elementary basketball intramural league, I want to thank you for your partnership with that as well. That's going well. We've had 2 games so far. We have 2 more games to go. And it's been an exciting event. Those games are happening in the high school on Saturdays. And it's a great opportunity for us to see the growth of our district, because the coaches and those parents that attend, the coaches and the referees are CPA high school basketball players. So it's a great experience. The update that I want to go over is that our report cards were mailed out this week. It is the first report card. Within that report card, you will receive the scores from the NWA MAP assessment. If you have any questions about reading that particular assessment or that data, please contact either Miss Adrienne Moore or Bernadette Vieto. They'll be able to walk you through. Hopefully the report is easy enough for you to go through and read so you can determine and see where your student is performing. Also, a report that also went out in report cards for K-3 parents, it's the Dibbles data report that shows where your student is. If you're in K-3, if the student is in K-3, where their reading level is. That is also in with the report card. And finally, we sent out another opportunity for you to sign up for Parent Portal. A couple of months ago, we had Mr. Tennille going over Power School and the Parent Portal. And so we want you to be able to sign up so you can see your child's grades and attendance. That's all I have. Happy Thanksgiving. That's all I have for the elementary. Thank you.
Excuse me, Mr. Anderson, do you know when the M-STEP letters are going home? I don't know if that's out yet. Do you have an estimate? That's like December when those letters come home to parents?
I believe they went out already, but I can follow up and double check.
Okay. So parents should receive 2 letters then, one for M-STEP and then one
for in our building, it would only be students that are currently in 4th and 5th grade.
Gotcha.
Because it will be the students who took the assessment and they were in grades 3 and 4 last year. I do know that obviously the 5th graders who were in our building last year are in 6th grade. So I just want to make sure that I confirm that information. I did see our assessment coordinator preparing those letters for 5th grade, but I want to make sure that the students in grades 4 and 5 got them this year as well. So I'll follow back up with that.
Gotcha. Thank you. Thank you. Also, parents, you should, at least the next couple of weeks or so, you should receive two assessment letters. One would be our internal assessment, we call it NWA or MAP. The schools mail home your students' reports. They just finished those tests in the past week or so. Then the other one is our state test, MSTEP. And we also mail home that report as well. So within the next week or two from for all our testing grades, you should receive that information in the mail. And if you have any questions about what the data is saying, just give us a call and we'll walk you through it and explain to you how we can support your child.
Yeah, and I just want to make sure that it was clear that the MAP scores did go out with the report cards.
Right.
The M-STEP scores, they would have came out in a separate mailing if they went out, but I'll follow up.
Thank you, Mr. Ennis, for the clarity. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Let's hop over to Mr. Sean Waters, principal of our middle school.
Good afternoon, family. I have a plethora of information. I'm trying to get back through it as fast as possible. Number one, we have our first award ceremony that we'll be celebrating quarterly. This one will be more in-house, so it'd be student-centered. We will recognize students academically as far as honors, highest honors, and principals awards, and also character traits. They get awards for character traits that revolve around respect, caring, and responsibility, those students that exhibit on a consistent basis. And finally, our Champs Award that revolves around behavior and their attitudes with champs on a consistent basis in the classroom. Friday, we have our PBIS, positive behavior. Each month, we celebrate students that have gone above and beyond in the school environment. The last 2 months, we had a dance. This month, they're being celebrated with a dress down on Friday. We're also in the process of implementing our student council. So after we return back from the holiday break or Thanksgiving break, students will go through the whole election process of student council, where they will be elected as a president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, and certain representatives in 6th and 7th grade. They're going through the whole election process. They're campaigning, and this is facilitated by the social studies teachers. We also have added our social emotional learning program and supports. SEL focuses on the 5 areas of self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship skills, and responsible decision-making. And we have a few support groups coming in to help support our students individually and collectively, like Detroit Cares, Matrix, and Black Caucus. And finally, more information will be coming, but we're in the process of distributing our laptops on an as-needed basis. But this will help support our iReady homework initiative, where students will be required to be on iReady, which is personalized instruction and support. They will have to be on 1 hour of iReady math and 1 hour of ELA a week, which is a combined 2 hours a week that they have to complete each week at home. And as far as me, and lastly, parents, we truly need your support as it pertains to attendance in the morning. We are having an issue with students showing up to class or school at 8:15, 8:30. School starts at 7:50. We need these students here. When they're not here, they miss out on valuable instructional time. And if you add that up throughout the year, it really hinders their learning. So please make sure you try to get your students here on time. Also, we serve breakfast in the morning. So if you want to bring them a little early, they can receive breakfast in the morning. And that's all I have for middle school. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Waters. Let me just chime in real quick. Mr. Waters touched upon that attendance piece, parents, is very, very important. I just got a webinar today about chronic absenteeism. The state considers chronic absenteeism to be 10% of the total school days. So we're in school for 180 school days. So if a student misses excused or unexcused 18 days or more, they are considered chronic absenteeism. And the data that goes along with that, the impact it has on a student's academic achievement and success is just unbelievable. So we're asking that parents make sure that They come to school every day, but more importantly, they come to school on time. Across all three schools, our grade reports for first hour class, and all three persons can chime in on this. It's down. Missed assignments, low test scores because you may be missing 15, 25, 30 minutes of class that first hour. So I know for high school, Mr. Erickson, there's a question, Mr. Erickson, about what time is the first hour bell. He'll address that in 1 second. But yeah, parents, so Mr. Waters said we start school at 7:50 for the middle school. I think it's around the same time for elementary. But that 20, 25, 30 minutes you're missing that first hour is having a grave effect on our students' achievement. So they may be here for the day, but they're missing 25, 30 minutes of instruction. Sometimes it's hard to get it back because that's a repeat every day. So let's work together to try to change that issue because it's affecting our attendance scores and our academic scores. So Mr. Erickson, our high school principal, will be up next. Mr. Erickson, if you let the parents know what time does the high school school day start, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, good evening, parents. Thank you for coming. That was what I was going to start with anyway, but the first hour starts at 8:05. That is the late bell. We allow students into the building at into the academic wing at 7:55. They can come and sit in the lunchroom for breakfast, but they have 10 minutes from 7:55 to 8:05 to get down the hall, get to their first hour. And in October, on a positive note, we had 82 students who had perfect attendance for the month of October. Unfortunately, we had over 600 who did not, who we definitely want every student here every single day. When we take a look at our data and we look at those 82 students, their GPA is far higher than the other students. And it trickles down. The more absences you have, it's just difficult. As smart as you may be, it's difficult to catch all that work you're missing when you're not in school. So that's something we really want to encourage is positive attendance for the remainder of the school year. Additionally, we took the PSAT exam. All 9th graders, 10th graders, and 11th graders took the PSAT exam in October, and we just got the results, but all students should also have the results in their student email. When they took the exam, they filled their email in electronically, and they should be getting the results and have access to it. So that's something we want you to review. And over the next month or so, we're going to be reviewing that information and developing an action plan so we can cater our instruction to areas of math and English that they were struggling in on that PSAT exam. So when the real exam rolls around in April, they are more than prepared for that. We're also going to have some other interventions in place and some opportunities like SAT boot camp to look out for. But we did want to make you aware that students should have received an email, or they will be this week, with their score. Okay, a couple things forthcoming for the high school. We do have our district athletic banquet tomorrow at 5:30. That is high school fall sports as well as some middle school fall sports. And that concludes the fall season, and we are starting the winter sports at the end of the month, really. I saw some parents of basketball players we have in the chat there. So that's going to be starting in late October, early December, for the young ladies and the young men. Really exciting season. We're going to be sending out a letter with the school rules and policies for you to review, but please come out and support our young men and our young ladies. Both teams look to be really successful this year. Additionally, on November 30th, we have our first annual choir old school R&B concert with dinner served. That's going to be in the high school cafeteria. Really nice event for our students in the performing arts department. Even if you don't have a child and you want to attend with your child, you definitely can purchase tickets. You can call up to the school. Miss Griffith is selling them, or send money with your child, and they can purchase them. But it's really going to be a nice, pleasant event, great food, great music from our varsity choir students. Again, on November 30th. And just to mark your calendars, on December 20th, we have the winter concert, and that will be for all orchestra, band, vocal, and dance students in the high school classes on December 20th at 6 p.m. Definitely want to see you at that event also, if you're available. And those are all the updates for the high school. Again, thank you so much for coming, and I'll turn it back over to Mr. Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Erickson, for your time.
I got one more question, actually.
Go ahead, you good.
The GPA in Power School is constantly changing. So what happened in quarter 1 is locked in pretty much, unless they go back and make something up. But quarter 2 should be changing on a daily basis. And if you go to the semester grade, you'll see the average of both of those. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Yeah, so parent, just for clarification, we are now officially in quarter 2. Quarter 1 ended Friday before last. So again, Power School grades, they change every day. Literally every day when a teacher puts an assignment in, what was once the grade yesterday could be something totally different today. So hopefully, Mr. Anderson talked about, everybody should hopefully have their parent portal. If you have not received your parent portal to be able to check your child's attendance, to check the child's grades, and communicate with their teachers, please email me, let me know, and I'll make sure that you get the information to get you logged on. It's one of the most powerful tools out here as far as in education for a parent. And our next presenter for the following, our next PPN meeting will be our attendance our attendance department. It's since the pandemic, every school is dealing with a rash of chronic absenteeism where students are not coming to school. So we find it very important to make sure that we are talking with parents, working with parents, and trying to resolve any issues. So our district attendance team will be, that's the plan, to have them at our next meeting to kind of let parents know what's going on, what the trends are. And we're always here to help see how we can work out any support that you may need from the school so we can get your child to school on time and every day. At this point in time, please, parents, make sure that you put your child's name and grade into the chat. I want to make sure I give everybody credit for coming today. We love to see whose parents are here and showing up and supporting the school district. Thank you for being a participant parent today. We're going to have Mr. O and Mr. Toma, who are part of our dynamic curriculum instruction team. I want to talk to you about how they support teachers on the back end who then support your students. And at this point in time, I don't know who's going to start it off, but I'll turn it over to that team. Ms. Draper, I'm going to answer your question at the end of the presentation, okay? Good to see you today. Good to see you.
There it is. Okay, I'm not accustomed to Zoom. Hello, everybody. Can everybody see the screen?
I can see it. Yes.
Okay. Again, less familiar with Zoom. So just want to make sure. All right, so myself and Mr. Toma are here. We are a part of the curriculum instruction team. The entire team that supports teachers and students is Miss Sabina Turner, K-12 instructional specialist. We'll go into her duties here in a little bit. We also have Miss Lisa Cole, the K-12 math content coordinator. We have Mr. Toma, who's in charge of social studies, myself, who is in charge of science, and Ms. Naismith, who is English language arts. So a little bit about me, 16 years now in education. I spent 7 years in the classroom teaching science. This is my 9th year as a science coordinator or some sort of version of that role. I have a master's in curriculum and instruction from University of Texas at Arlington. I got my bachelor's of education at the best university, which is the University of Michigan. I have also been busy working with the Michigan Department of Education. So I've sat on several committees with them to analyze items that students will see on future assessments to make sure they're aligned to standards, make sure they're free of bias, make sure that they're going to actually measure what the students know. I've also for 2 years written those, they call them item clusters. It's kind of like a reading passage with 5 to 8 questions that follow. So I've also written a couple of those so far. So I kind of use that when I meet with my teachers. I was just meeting with my biology teachers today to try and make sure that what the students see in class is going to be what the students see on their assessment to make sure that they can be as successful as possible. I also design and facilitate professional development for the teachers here in the district. So my main roles, as I kind of alluded to earlier, I create curriculum guides for the Open Science curriculum. It is based on the new NGSS standards, which are aligned to STEM careers in the actual industry. As for the skills that and abilities of what they should be doing, so like analyzing and interpreting data, collaboration, investigating, like revising their revising their conclusions, revising models. These are all things that the industry has said, like, hey, we'd really love if they have these skills. So the standards were written based on a 21st century mindset. I also do get together and co-plan lessons with teachers, co-teach lessons as well. If there's a certain lesson that a teacher may be struggling with, or there's a strategy that I want to highlight for them to see, these are all a part of my teacher support. Professional development, like I said before, plan and facilitate professional development for teachers and staff. Under assessment, I do get together, we develop common assessments, we analyze the data with teachers to make sure that if there's any misconceptions that are lingering, that we're addressing those. That way we prepare students for success. And I already mentioned my work with MSTEP. Other roles, I am the Google person for the district. So I'm everything Google. I help teachers with their Google Classroom and all other applications. We use a Marzano instructional model. So I do a lot of training with teachers on aligning that to our instruction model as well. These three color-coded domains here are all our standards. So if you look cross-cutting concepts, the concept of cause and effect, if I make this change, then this will happen. That's also a language arts concept. Structure and function, stability and change, patterns is a math concept. So we do a lot of cross-curricular work. The disciplinary core ideas in the center, this is what you probably studied when you were at school, and me the same. So this is like Newton's laws. This is the traditional science content. And then over in the right, the science and engineering practices are the actual skills that they need to be able to do. So things students will do, periodically from week to week, plan and carry out investigations. They do a lot of models. I know chemistry is using a lot of mathematics for the thermodynamics unit that they're doing, engaging in argumentation from evidence. So these are all the 21st century skills, high cognitive demand skills that we're asking our students to do. And they are definitely rising to the occasion. Some are struggling a little bit more, and that's we got them. But we are definitely moving in the right direction towards those 21st century skills. So a little bit about our science curriculum. In grades 6 through 11, we have Open SciEd. As I alluded to earlier, it is an inquiry-based curriculum, so it's not a textbook that students open and then they memorize the information and answer questions from the book. It's actually, there is no actual textbook. There are handouts that they get. Let's plan this investigation. Let's take this data. Let's analyze this data. Now let's form this conclusion. And then they put that in their binder, and then they learn from their own experiences. So you can kind of see in the bottom, this is a activity that we do for conservation of mass. Chemical reactions, the one with a match at the right. So the students are actually doing these hands-on components. And student discourse is a huge part of that as well. So students talking to each other, the teachers have gone through training, the teachers don't just tell answers. So if a student, they have that data set and they ask a question, we just kind of guide them on, on that, okay, on this data set, what trends are you seeing? We kind of guide them in that direction. So they're doing a lot of the work rather than the teacher just answering questions on instinct. So yeah, those are some of the things that we do in the Open SciEd. We are also piloting the grade 5 Open SciEd version. We are going to get so far the feedback from the students and the teacher has been overwhelmingly positive, but we're going to take a look at expanding this moving forward. The first unit is about nurse logs, which is like if there's a dead tree and it falls over, things start growing out of it. So it's about ecosystems. And then students, I went out with the 5th grade teacher to do nature walks. You see the student over at the right holding a that's a centipede that we discovered out in the courtyard in the elementary school. And at the bottom, they're conducting lab investigations. They're kind of looking at plants and at moss in particular, and trying to figure out how moss, lives, how it works, what it needs in order to survive. So that is it for science. Transitioning into Miss Naismith was unable to be here, but a little information about her. Born and raised in Metro Detroit, BS in nonprofit administration, community development, certification in journalism and social media content, Master of Arts in Urban Education from U of M, ed specialist in curriculum and instruction. She also taught in a variety of settings, including public, private, juvenile detention, and residential foster care facilities. This is her 9th year with us. Her main goals are making sure, of course, everything that happens in the language arts classroom is standards based. That's true of all of us, but especially for language arts, because they have a lot of complex standards. Enhanced writing skills, so making sure the students are being able to pull evidence from text and use that in order to support a thesis. And then also we have a focus on foundational literacy skills, so those back to basics skills, and putting them in action in order for any grade level to understand their grade level content standards. Intentional professional development. So we do a lot of going into the teachers' classrooms, soliciting feedback from the teachers and trying to get an idea of like what is your greatest need right now. And then one of the duties that the curriculum instruction department does is that we then design professional development to help them grow their capacity in those areas. And then of course the 5th goal there is improved reading comprehension. Reading comprehension is assessed, writing is assessed. So we want to make sure that everything that we do is supporting that standards-based instruction, and then success on the assessments will follow if we just focus on the standards. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Toma.
Good evening. Thank you, Mr. Okamoto. Thank you, parents, for being here. So nice to see so many of you. I know I've had some of your kids over the years of teaching here, so it's really nice to see some of you. A little bit about me. I'm the social studies coordinator for the district. I was born and raised here in Metro Detroit. It's my 8th year in the field of education, part of the Chandler Park Academy team. I taught for many of those years at the high school. Variety of different content area, social studies subjects. I have a history and ELA background, Oakland University, Wayne State University graduate, secondary social studies teaching experience in the areas of U.S., world history, economics, government, psychology, all of that stuff. And in this role, I've been here since last year, February. So this is a little new to me, but got a lot on our plate, and we're excited to tackle it on and help our teachers and students and help them, become proficient in the area that we want them to be proficient in, and help them become successful. Next screen, please. Thank you. So my role here as the social studies content coordinator is listed there in front of you. I provide the staff with support with the curriculum in the content area of social studies. So I'm the one coming into their rooms and helping them with whatever it may be in terms of social studies, whether it's implementing the instruction, delivering the instruction to kids, helping them co-teach, modeling a lesson for them, providing resources, creating those curriculum guides, keeping them on pace throughout the year, That is our role as content coordinators. So we plan and prepare professional development, as Mr. Okamoto talked about. We go in and we observe teachers to make sure that instruction is being delivered in the the way that we would like it to be delivered, and we provide feedback to teachers, and we work with the admin of the buildings to make sure that our teachers and our students are receiving the instruction that we want them to receive. We develop and organize the K-12 curriculum. We choose the different resources for the schools. Excuse me. What else do we do? We help develop effective teachers and model best teaching practices in all K through 12 classrooms. In addition to content coordinator, I'm also what's called the PLC coordinator for the district. So I am also visiting with other content area teams during their planning periods to help them make sure that they're planning together and using data from their students to inform their instruction in the future. Yep. Next screen. Thank you. So some of the resources we use here at CPA in the elementary, right now we are using the MC3 Atlas Wayne Risa online curriculum. So all their resources are available online to teachers. They're also available to you. You have access to these resources at any time. Something on the screen there. Is that you, Okamoto? Then in the middle school and the high school, we use McGraw-Hill networks. That's 6th through 8th and then 9th through 11th as well. Also for our AP class as well. All of these resources have online availability with all of them. So you have access to their the textbook, you have access to the worksheets, you have access to the resource itself, you have access to audio components. There's a lot that these resources bring to there's a lot that these resources offer our students. So if you ever have a chance to look through these, please do, because in addition to what they're doing in school, what they do at home could really improve their capability when it comes to social studies instruction. And when it comes to social studies instruction, what does that mean? What does that look like? It's standards-based. Everything comes from the standards. We try to make it engaging and with active learning. We're trying to include various instructional methods and differentiation in the classroom. So it's not just that typical, teacher lecture type of instruction. That's not what we're going for here. We're going for more active learning, more active engagement from students, more collaboration between students. Assessment and feedback, something called inquiry-based learning. This is where, again, not the traditional way that you might think of when you remember history and social studies classes. This is more letting the students be their own teachers, where they're collaborating with one another, where they're working together to solve problems and answer deeper questions. Lots of technology integration as well. Some highlights. Last year, you may have been a part of the social studies. Well, it wasn't the social studies. It was the CPA curriculum showcase night. But part of that was the social studies section. And we're still going to do that again this year. So it'll be our second curriculum showcase night, where we'll have a social studies setup area. Was really successful last year. We had a lot of fun, great event. Michigan Youth in Government is still going strong. We have these additional courses like the Intro to Law. We have a social justice course that's been doing really well. We have AP US History class that gives kids the opportunity to earn college credit if they complete the course and take the test. Again, I talked about the online McGraw-Hill resource availability. Again, focus on social justice in all of our classes, and we have more to come. I'm working with Mr. Erickson right now to bring a mobile Black History mobile museum to our campus. So that's an amazing event that I really want to bring here in the, hopefully in second semester. So lots of amazing things happening in the world of social studies, and hopefully more to come. Mrs. Cole could not be here tonight, but she is our K through 12 math content coordinator. Also born in the city of Detroit, educated in the city of Detroit, master's degree in Wayne State University. If you've ever met Miss Cole, you know she is all about math. She loves math. This is her thing. If I ever have I am not your math person, but if I ever have a question, man, she jumps at the chance. She loves it. She is that math person, you know, and she is our math content coordinator. She is she's wonderful at it, and she does all of the things that Mr. Okamoto and I talked about, but for our math teachers, and so she supports in all of the areas when it comes to planning and instruction and helping our teachers provide the best math instruction to our students. And then you have Mrs. Sabina Turner. She is our instructional specialist. Born and raised in Clinton Township, Grand Valley University graduate, U of D Mercy, and Ferris State University, Oakland University. She's long time in the world of education, 20 years and counting. And she is our support to teachers when it comes to instruction. So any teachers that we have in the district that need help with instructional practices, the conditions of the classroom, what are the conditions of learning in the classroom, she is their go-to person. She models, she provides resources, she does one-on-one coaching with them. She is fantastic. So between the five of us, you have this amazing team of support for all of our teachers, where we try to make sure your students, your babies, are getting the education that they deserve. And we try to make sure that that education is top-notch and top quality. Ms. Turner, as I said, does some individual coaching with the teachers. She also helps with our staff professional development, especially with new teachers. She makes sure that the CPA instructional model is being implemented in all classrooms, and that best practices of teaching and learning is happening in every single classroom. New Teacher Academy is something that Mrs. Turner is in charge of and has taken the lead with. And that is basically taking all of the new teachers that are in our district, whether they're new to the profession or just new to Chandler Park Academy. And she makes sure they have everything they need to become successful in the classroom. So again, that is making sure that they understand what instruction, what best practices looks like for our students here at CPA, that they have all the support they need, that they know how to really implement and deliver a well-balanced and created lesson plan. So she has a lot on her plate as well, but she has been taking on this role and has been over the course now has helped, I don't even know how many teachers, new teachers in this district really come into their own in this role. And that is the curriculum and instruction team. I appreciate you all for being here and listening to us talk for this long period of time. If you have any questions for us, we would love to hear them. And if they're for one of the other content coordinators who could not be here, I would love to take your questions with me and relay those to them.
And while you're thinking about questions, I just wanted to add, we are doing a book study with a book called Cultivating Genius with our teachers, and it focuses on trying to make things historically and culturally relevant for our students. So just making sure that the students see themselves in the instruction and in the curriculum. So when that little image popped up, I was preparing for our meeting tomorrow, specifically looking at bias in the media. So that is something that we've seen some really good results and some candid conversations amongst teachers. And that's a direction that we're going towards, is trying to make sure that each student sees themselves reflected in the learning.
Great job. Thank you, Mr. O, Mr. Tolman, for your input from the CNI team. Parents, if you do have any questions for Mr. O or Mr. Tolman, you can unmute yourself right now, or you can put it in the chat. We would love to hear from you. to get some feedback from you. But this is our team, our district team that supports all of our teachers in the school district with professional development and modeling and training. As Mr. Thomas said, Ms. Turner probably has helped out in the past 2-3 years, probably 55, 60 teachers at least probably have been up under her tutelage when it comes to New Teacher Academy. So again, parents, if you have any questions, you can send me an email. I'll make sure I get it to the CNI team. Or if you have any questions right now for any of the principals, you can get a chance to ask earlier. Again, we want to hear from you. You can always unmute yourself and have fair game to ask your question. I think I saw one question in there about when is the banquet, athletic banquet for fall sports. Yep, Ms. Draper, I almost forgot about you. I got you. For fall sports, which would be volleyball, cross country, and football for high school. And it'll be football and volleyball and cheerleading for middle school and high school. That's tomorrow at 5:30 in the high school cafeteria. Parents, you should have got an invite. I was told that the parents will receive a special invite for our banquet tomorrow. If you did not, let me know, because I'm gonna make sure I get on the athletic department to make sure that they're sending out personal invitations to our parents for our banquets. Ms. Draper, okay, Ms. Jackson, no invite went out. Ms. Jackson, I'm on. I'm gonna write that down, and I'm gonna get on Ms. Singleton and Coach Bobby Thompson to make sure. Ms. Jackson said no notice went out. Okay, I get you. Mr. Erickson, you have a question about college tours.
Yeah, we do have college tours. We don't have at this time like an out of town college tour, an HBCU tour on the books, but periodically there are tours. We've gone to Saginaw, the schools within a single day trip.
Wayne State.
Yeah, Wayne State, Michigan State, Lawrence Tech, all those schools. So Ms. Sane does a good job of sending that information out to parents, and to 11th and 12th grade students are mainly the ones attending. Or they can go directly to her and ask her and figure out when the date for the specific school is going to be coming up. I'll put it in the chat. She has a hyphenated name. I gotta double check that.
Yeah, so even if the students don't go to that campus visit, parents, if there are students coming, there are schools coming to the high school on a regular basis, meeting with kids throughout the course of the year. So all of our local colleges in Michigan, literally, I mean, like Michigan Tech, they all stop by the school and talk to our seniors. So they may not all be going off campus, but they definitely come to the school and talk to our students to recruit them. Ms. Parker, you have your hand up?
Oh, yes. One thing I wanted to ask is, with this new IT that's in place, I can appreciate that. And I was wondering, does that include like teachers perhaps not having control of the class, maybe a good teacher, but just not having control of a class?
Thank you for that question, Ms. Parker. Yes, part of Mrs. Turner's role as the instructional specialist is her support with teachers when it comes to conditions for learning. And part of conditions for learning is classroom management. So she works one-on-one with these teachers to develop a classroom management plan. And in addition to that, we also have the rollout of our classroom management district-wide plan, which is CHAMPS, which helps with, is my mic working? Yeah, which helps with ensuring that, teachers do have what would you call it, like a game plan in the classroom for making sure that things are running smoothly and that instruction is being done without any distractions, disruptions, or interruptions from students. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, thank you.
Parents, Ms. Ross, I just answered your question. So Ms. Draper, before I forget about your question, we are in the process, literally right now, getting with our IT team, getting with the school administration. Our goal is to be a one-to-one school. So we will be in touch shortly with communication about devices going home for those parents who need devices. So within the next couple of weeks, we will probably have some information out to you. But we're diligently working on that to get that out before the Christmas break. But yes, our goal is to send students be able to have devices at home so they can. Cause a lot of our programs that we use for inside the school day are all online. Just want to make sure the students have the access to those online tools at home as well. So yes, very soon you'll be seeing something about uh, uh, device distribution. One more thing I want to talk about real quickly is before I let you go. We had parent-teacher conference about 3-4 weeks ago, and we only had 632 parents show up out of 2,000. So we're trying to get back to the pre-pandemic numbers. We typically had like 65% of our parents would come out. Now I'm going to do a survey because it could be two things. I'm hoping and praying that it's because of our technology with Power School. With Power School, you don't need to come. Well, we want to see you, we want to talk to you. So come to parent conference, but technically you can see your child's grades every day as they go. So maybe some of you guys say, well, I don't need to go because my kids passed and doing well. And so I'm going to send a survey out to find out what's going on, why you couldn't come, why you didn't make it, was the timing not right, could it be at a different time? But I'm hoping and praying that it's because Power School is doing what Power School is supposed to do, and which is allow parents instant access to their child's grades. So be looking forward to that email, that survey of parents. Just want to kind of get a feeling of why our numbers not really down, because we've been kind of that way since the pandemic, but we're trying to get back to pre-pandemic numbers. But again, we didn't have Power School before the pandemic. So a lot of that could be because parents are able to see their grades, their student grades without coming to the school. We just want to get some feedback. We need your voice. We need to hear from you. If there's anything we can do as far as offering a different option for parent-teacher conference, and we still love to come see you, even though you got your child's grades online. We like to come talk to you, meet you, interact with you, and your students. So we missed you, but I do understand if the Power School is working, and that's why we pay for it. So I will send that survey out soon to hear your voice, to get some information from you. Oh, okay. So one parent said more notice is needed for parents. So for parent-teacher conferences, parents, you should have our parent-teacher conferences are all set for the year. If you did not get a district calendar from the school, let me know and I'll get one to you immediately. But as well, we would definitely still want to give you more notice, even though you might have received it at the beginning of the school year. I'll make sure we do a better job of getting that reminder out to parents that parent-teacher conference is coming up. I think oh, you found, oh, yeah. Don't worry. So I'll make sure that we start marketing and start advertising parent-teacher conference at least a week ahead of time, so you can work on your work schedule. Because even though you might have got the calendar at the beginning of the year, you didn't look at it, neither have I. So it's okay. we in it together. Any other questions? I'm gonna let you guys. Go ahead, Mr. Anderson.
I just wanted to follow back up. I did confirm that the letters did go out, all letters for M-STEP.
Thank you. Thank you. So elementary parents, you should have your MAP student report and also your M-STEP student report. And we're going to talk about that a little later on. We got to dig into this data and really support our students. And so we'll delve into that a little later. Parents, make sure, please, before you exit the call, that you have put your child's name and grade. I want to make sure I give everybody their credit, your child's name and grade. And one slight plug for our next Let's Talk parent meeting, which is December 6th. That's the meeting that's held by our district student and parent support group, which is our school counselors, social workers, MTSS coordinators, and SEL coordinators. That's next on December 6th. So that's the first Wednesday of the month at 5:30. Same process to register. Ms. Cole from the curriculum instruction team will be our speaker, and she'll be talking specifically about tips that parents can use at home to support the students with the learning from inside the school day. So you don't want to miss that. Ms. Cole, as Mr. Thomas says, very crazy about math, but she's going to be sharing tips from all 4 core subject areas for all three schools on how parents can support their student at home with the tips that she's going to show you on December 6th, 5:30, Let's Talk parent meeting. All right. Other than that, I think we're all done. If anybody has any last minute questions, thank you guys so much for coming tonight. Great crowd, great participation, great support. Look forward to seeing all of you guys on December 6th. And have a great rest of the day.
Mr. Williams, you have a question in the chat.
Oh, question. I got a question for where? Let's see. Let me scroll down. Who Miss Thomas, what child is well, I'm sorry, what grade is your child in?
He's in the 8th.
Mr. Waters may have to step out. Miss Thomas, I'm thinking that the middle school's honors program is either tomorrow or Friday, actually.
Okay.
But don't worry about it. I'll look into it and I'll get back to you tomorrow. But I think that their honors program is coming up very quickly. But it's okay. I will reach out to you tomorrow and let you know for sure the date and time. Sorry about
What
that.
about the
Okay.
high school honors program?
Say again, Ms. Jackson?
What about the high school honors program?
I can speak to that. So for the high school, we do it based on the semester because that's when the course ends. So we typically do one in February.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Anderson, while we got you on it, do you guys while we getting around Robert, what do we do for elementary?
We do an honors breakfast or a dinner. I'm trying to find the date right now on the calendar.
Miss Thomas, what's your child's name, Miss Thomas?
Madison Morgan. Somebody put it in the chat. It's tomorrow.
It is tomorrow.
Yes, it is tomorrow. They put in the grades and the times that they're having their award ceremony.
Thank you. And can I get could we get notices? Because I work day shifts and I will never be able to make.
Yes, Ms. Thomas, I do apologize. I'm on it. I'll make sure I get with the
okay.
school administration team to make sure that we are alerting parents of any time we're having some celebrate students. Want to make sure you guys are involved. So yes, I'm on it. Thank you for that though.
Yeah, ours is going to be a semester as well. Our first semester honors dinner will be February 1st.
Got it. That's for elementary school parents, February 1st. And you'll get information about that. You should get an invitation. Actually, you would get an invitation about that if your child makes that. So that's why we have these meetings, for us to be able to share, talk, and you can ask questions. And we're here to be transparent and to be a partner with you. So thank you for coming tonight.
Mr. Williams.
Yep, Ms. Miller, go ahead.
The middle school honors program that is being held tomorrow is just for in-house for the students. The one that where the parents will be involved is coming up. They would send that information out.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Miller, for that clarification. So, Ms. Thomas, you didn't miss anything yet. You're good. You haven't missed anything. And I was surprised. Okay, so tomorrow just for in-house for students only, but the one for parents, Ms. Miller just pointed that you will get information about that upcoming.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Miller, for the clarification.
You're welcome.
Yep, parents need to be informed better about. Well, parents, we thought we were doing good with communication, but thank you for letting us know. And maybe we're not. We only would know transparent feedback if you let us know. And that's my job, is to make sure that the schools are communicate with parents. So according to what I'm seeing here in the chat, we're gonna do better. And just please let me know whatever you're not getting. We want to make sure that we are always informing you of what's going on with your child and events at the school. I got a question here about the National Honor Society. That is Ms. Hoskins. What child is your what grade is your child in? 10th grade. Mr. Erickson, who's over National Honor Society for 10th grade?
Ms. Sipsock. They are going through the process of applications. They were yesterday, actually. They had to get teacher recommendations. So if your child is not yet accepted in it, they're going through that process, and they will be having an induction ceremony. If your child is a part of it, I'll put her email in the chat and you can reach out to her with any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Erickson. Parents, trust me, this is the best meeting we've had all year, because we're here every third Wednesday. As long as you're here, we're here for you, and we do appreciate and look forward to the feedback, the questions, the comments, the concerns. We want to hear from you, because we only know that we're doing a decent job, a good job, or a bad job if we hear from you. We get your feedback. So again, this is the best meeting we've had this school year, because you guys showed up tonight and you're engaged, you're asking questions, and we want that to be an ongoing relationship and partnership with our parents, to where we can hear your honest feedback, and then we can make adjustments based on what we need to do based on hearing from you. So thank you again for coming tonight. Thank you, Mr. Toma, Mr. Okamoto, Mr. Erickson, Mr. Anderson, Mr. Waters, and thank you, Ms. Miller, Ms. Fisher, our district support team, for coming tonight. And thank you all you parents who came tonight. Thank you so much again. November is wrapping up, but we will meet again December 6th for our Let's Talk parent meeting. I hope to see all you guys at that meeting. Those who come to that meeting, I'll be giving out this book. Can you see it? Okay. It's the 5 Love Languages of Children, and actually we have one for teens as well. So if you are K through 5 parent, you get the 5 love languages of children. If you are 6 through 12, you get the 5 love languages of teens. So those who attend that meeting on December 6th, you would get a free copy of this book. I promise you I have enough of them to give out. So I look forward to seeing you guys on December 6th for that great meeting. If that's the last of the questions, thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
Good
I
night.
have yes, one other question. When is the next time they having a parents teachers conference?
Let me look at my calendar. Hold on, because they already on there. Let me look at the calendar. January 16th. So parent teacher conferences are at the progress support time. So we shifted that like several years ago to give parents an opportunity to be able to talk to the teacher, to still have time to change the students, work on the student's grade if that need be. So January the 16th is the next parent teacher conference, and then the quarter will end January 26th. So there's 10 days in between the parent teacher conference time and the quarter end. So there's 2 weeks for students to be able to adjust, and make up and change their grade. So that's why we do it at the progress support time, to give parents opportunity to talk to teachers, and hopefully teachers and the students can get together to try to help improve their grade before the quarter ends.
Okay, thank you.
Is that 3 to 6?
3 to 6, yes, 3 to 6. So it's early dismissal that day, and then we'll be here from 3 to 6 at all 3 buildings.
And I put the 3 remaining dates in the chat: January 16th, March 19th, and May 21st.
I don't know if all you guys are not following us on social media, but we have a great social media platform through Instagram and Facebook. And then it's all kind of encouraging things going on every day. We send out something. And so things like this, I know we're not popular like that, but if you could follow Chandler Park Academy on Facebook or Instagram, it's another way we communicate. We communicate with parents through email, through newsletter. Today you should have got the newsletter today. There's a newsletter that went out for November today. You should have got it at 4 o'clock. If you did not get that, let me know. What's something wrong with the communication. But today we did a newsletter, and the newsletter is phenomenal information about the district as a whole and achievements and what the students are doing. So we do newsletter, we do email, we do robotext, and we do social media. So if you're not following us, please follow Chandler Park Academy on Instagram and Facebook, because we send out information about school activities and events on that every day, and something positive. So please follow us. All right. If anything else, if everyone is good, as they say, if all hearts are satisfied. Everyone have a great night and have a safe travels home for those who are still at work and not made it home yet. Thanks again, parents, for coming, and we'll see you in December.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you too.
Thank you.